Viewer discretion is advised. Hello people and welcome to Caught by Police channel, a channel that features only the best moments caught in interaction with police officers. If this is your first time on our channel, please hit subscribe button. Have you ever seen that suspect steals a police car? Check out this video.
In the desert, in a cloud of sand, and jumps out, using the confusion to his advantage and taking off into the bush. It looks like he might try to flee on foot or hide from the police, but what he does instead is wait for the officers to start chasing him and then double back. He heads toward the abandoned police cruisers on the side of the road, completely unnoticed by the officers. And lucky for him, they left their keys in the ignition. Helicopters watch as he takes off in the stolen cruiser and even passes by other officers on their way to lend backup who think he's one of them. But eventually, they catch on to him once the car is reported stolen, and he's finally cornered and taken into custody.
Check out this extremely speed police pursuit, and please, don't run on highway.
Texas tag, give 2 seconds. Northbound I-85. $10.50.
And this is probably one of the most intense police chases I've ever seen. In this video, suspect stole few cars, caused a massive crash. And please, watch until the end to see how did they catch him. In this video, you can see how the suspect got rid of police officers, how did police officer get injured, and how did they eventually arrest him.
In the last 30 seconds or so, our last report, there was a report of a lockdown due to a shooting near Lathrobe Elementary School. We heard
dispatch about a minute later of a vehicle that initially was near Roosevelt and Pulaski went north of the Eisenhower Expressway, drove erratically, went through some gas stations, and has been driving erratically ever since with his Jeep. One person ran out of that vehicle at one point. I believe that was over by Costner. Now the vehicle is out of the Eisenhower Expressway, right around
the central exit. Of course, the Eisenhower is very busy this time of day, driving up on the side embankment now in the grass, heading towards, as it gets back on the ramp, the Central Avenue perhaps.
Going to stay on the expressway, switching all the way over to the left shoulder. So this is a very erratic driver. Again, there was a dispatch of a shooting near Fillmore and Sacramento. The school, Lathrope Elementary, was on lockdown. That admitted a search for this Jeep. The Jeep, they've been after it now for about the last 5 minutes or so. We have seen about 12 to 15 Chicago police officers at high
rates of speed trying to get this suspect. All right, so we've got the suspect now that has exited the Eisenhower Expressway. Let me get my bearings here. I think we're going south on Austin here, south of the Eisenhower Expressway. Looks like south on Austin, south of the Eisenhower Expressway. You see the Jeep in the forefront. You see the officer now trying to get into northbound traffic to get in front of this Jeep here, south on Austin. Eventually will make its way down to Roosevelt Road. Now, when something like this happens, and we're getting into the suburbs now, Austin, of course, being on the barrier of the western suburbs, the Chicago Police Department will call in an ISBERN alert, and that brings everybody in to try to help out. Looks like we're on Roosevelt here. We're now going west on Roosevelt Road. So again, just to reset everything, we covered about 15 minutes ago a shooting that, all right, now they just heard a dispatch now of a termination of the pursuit. They are notifying Oak Park. This vehicle has gone right on Roosevelt and in his...
I'm trying to pinpoint exactly where we are right now. Now going through alleys in the Oak Park, Berwyn area. We're about a block or two north of Roosevelt Road, heading west towards Richmond. In the Berwyn area, two crime scenes here, so I'm listening in. Now forgive me here if I delay from time to time. The vehicle is wanted, according to the dispatch, two crime scenes for shooting at 3415 west on Ogden Avenue. 3415 west on Ogden Avenue. Vehicle heading northbound, now vehicle heading westbound. We're a couple blocks north of Roosevelt
Road. So we're in the Berwyn area here, and it looks like we're about Ridgeland Avenue, and now this vehicle's in the alley, and now we've got a person jumping out and running down the alley. So Max, let's make sure, let's stay on that person. Looks like the car has stopped, jumping over a fence, and now we're in West Suburban Berwyn here, where a person has just jumped out of a car.
Jumping
and it looks
over
like somebody is in
there.
pursuit.
Looks like they've got...
Right, over the fence. The police are here. We're not sure if this is open. Ridgeland. Right now we're westbound in the Berwyn area. I would say we're a couple blocks north of Roosevelt Road.
Officers.
Yeah, and we've lost the officer in a very narrow way in the back of somebody's home now. Might be stuck in an area where he had to climb a fence here. So,
police officer. There he is.
And now we've gotten arrested.
Yeah, you're right.
Taken into custody.
Okay, let's recap here for 1 second, Mike. So this began as a call for a shooting. Was it related to the school? That's a little bit confusing. Or was the school just locked down because there was a shooting in the area?
Urban officers, and they are handing off the suspect to Chicago officers. You see about a half a dozen squads here. There are, I'm not kidding, there's a light of blue lights, a wave of blue lights coming west on Roosevelt Road to come to this scene here, coming from Chicago. We're going again towards Ridgeland Avenue. They'll eventually make the scene here. So a lot of officers very interested in this scene, and they're heading towards right now to assist in this.
And that's it from today's episode on Caught by Police channel. What do you think how police officers behave in these situations? Were they professional enough? Write us your opinion down in the comment section below. Until the next episode, stay safe.